Well, as you may have heard, an activist group in the nation's capital is offering to pay people for sightings of conservative U.S. Supreme Court justices. Now, Republicans are calling on the Attorney General to bring charges against that group. Capitol Hill correspondent Erik Rosales reports. Erik?
Well, good evening, Tracy. The left-wing activist group ended up tweeting out that they would pay up to $50 for a confirmed sighting of a Supreme Court justice and up to $200, listen to this, $200 if the justice actually remains at the location when protesters show up. Now, this all comes after protesters ended up showing up at a D.C. area restaurant where Justice Kavanaugh was having dinner with his family. He ended up having to leave through the kitchen door. Republicans say that these types of actions are putting the lives of justices in danger.
Those people should be arrested. Put them in the D.C. jail with the pre-trial January 6th defendants who I saw in their jail cells rotting away. Why aren't those people in the jail with them?
These organizations that are paying for location, they should be investigated. There should be a cease and desist order.
Republicans tell me what is most concerning. Attorney General Merrick Garland has yet to bring any charges against anyone who's protested the Supreme Court justices, despite laws in place which prohibit such demonstrations.
The Attorney General needs to follow the law and protect the justices of the United States. We saw an attempted murder at the home of Justice Kavanaugh, and still this Department of Justice won't follow its responsibility to protect the judiciary and to enforce the law.
Senators Bill Hagerty and Mark Warner have written congressional leadership asking for an additional $20 million on top of the current funding for justices' security. The current funding will run out October 1st, but Democratic leadership in both chambers is yet to bring the bill to the floor.
We've got to get this addressed. Senator Warner and I are both extraordinarily concerned about it. This should not be a partisan issue. This is about the third branch of government, and you've got the possibility for a crisis here. We need to acknowledge it and deal with it.
I asked Leader Mitch McConnell about this.
It's absolutely appalling. Appalling that even the president can't bring himself to focus on security for the Supreme Court and for our judiciary.
On a side note, one way that the justices remain calm is through their faith. Now, Justice Clarence Thomas, a Catholic, he ends up having the prayer, a Catholic prayer called the Litany of Humility, hanging in his chambers. Now, he often recites that prayer often. Tracy?
No, that's beautiful. Thank you for that, Erik. Also, I want to switch gears here. I understand there's been some new developments on the two pro-abortion bills going through the House now. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's the Women's Health Protection Act. That is literally abortion on demand. That passed along with the other bill that would intensify and help women be able to switch over to another state to be able to commit an abortion. That passed as well, but Senate Republicans say that they will continue to fight this tooth and nail in the Senate, and they will use the filibuster to make that happen.